ago, and we talked to a gentleman here, Mike from racetrack, and he was telling us a little bit about the race coming up here tonight. And UAR series are running with a little bit up in Michigan and throughout through the Midwest, and so worked out good. A race coming up obviously at Pocono this weekend, so we're going to be in town. So talked to my guys that we run the late model with, and they thought it'd be fun to come up and check out a new place here. So just see somewhere that we never raced at and do something new.
How's the scenery like for you around here? I'm sure it's a little different than what you see in Michigan.
Yeah, it is for sure. I'm a flatlander there, so yeah, it's great though. I mean, it reminds me a lot of the Pocono and even in the New York area. So, but yeah, I haven't been here before, and it's pretty neat to see. So, I've been having fun. We stayed at a little house we rented in the area since Tuesday, and it's been fun to explore.
And how important is it for you to debrief from a big race weekend, just to relax during the week and then getting you prepared for the race weekend when you run on Sundays?
Yeah, it's important, and I mean, coming to run the late models when I can is always fun. It's what I enjoy to do. I started out racing in these cars, mainly over in the Midwest, but I've tried to race them ever since, coming up in the Cup, and I couldn't do it for a few years when the schedules were, kind of the old way. We were at the track Thursday to Sunday, and now we're really only there Saturday and Sunday. I opened up a little bit where I could come back and run some more super late model races, and been trying to take full advantage. We'll do about 4, I think, this year, hopefully more next year, and trying to do at least somewhere between 5 to 7 a year would be perfect number for me. I wish I could do more, but that's kind of where we're at right now.
How does it feel for you to always go back to your roots, remember where you came from, and run a late model and look a short track like this one tonight?
Well, I mean, I like it for a lot of reasons. I mean, number one, coming out and seeing the local fans, you guys, right? I mean, that's the cool part for me. And, not everybody gets to go and see the NASCAR races. So to come and do these races is neat for that part. The next part that's fun for me, I just enjoy, driving these cars. And then the last is these guys. A lot of guys are guys that I raced against when I was coming up through the ranks, and, they're still here running tonight. Guys like Bubba, Johnny Sauter, obviously I raced with Johnny in trucks, but it's cool to race against guys that I've raced against for a long time and have a chance to come run a short track race with them.
And for anybody, Erik, that doesn't know the nuts and bolts of a late model compared to a cup car, what are the main differences between running your cup car for Legacy Motor Club and then your late model that you have?
Yeah, I mean, much lighter here, 600 pounds lighter in the super late model, similar horsepower, but very different suspension than what we have in the Cup Series as well. So it's just a lot more you can do. The Cup cars become more of a spec car where we can move certain parts and pieces but not change them. Obviously these are still pretty wide open with we have a rule book, but there's a lot we can still do with the suspension and the setup, which is fun for me as well. I've always enjoyed working on the car and being able to have an influence on the setup. So that's cool. And then, work with guys I worked with a long time ago when I was younger racing and having them to do it and help out.
And how do you hope to carry this momentum that you have coming into this race to your race weekend that you have coming up and up now?
It always, for me, feels like when I get a chance to race on the weekdays, maybe a Wednesday or a Thursday tonight, and then show up on Saturday and hop in the Cup car, I feel pressure in a way, just because I haven't spent 6-7 days between being in a race car. I feel more kind of adept and ready to go when I hop in and get in the Cup car on Sunday. So I think for that reason it helps me, and I think just no matter the differences between the car and how different they are, just getting those reps and racing against these guys, learning more and more about passing. I mean, I've been doing it a long time, but you're still learning and getting better. So anytime you can be on track and figure more stuff out is always been good for me.
And for you, Erik, how important is it for you, as we mentioned, to take a break from Cup Series racing, but just from a competitive standpoint, what is it like for you and also all of your other fellow competitors in the Cup Series that go and take a break and race in series like this as you hope to get better when you guys race on Sundays?
It's hard. I tell people all the time, I mean, coming and running and trying to win these races it's no easier than what we do on Sunday. Obviously we look at ourselves on Sundays being a high level, but this is the highest level of short track racing. And these guys that do this every week are really, really good at it, no matter what we can put into it from our knowledge and our side of it and experience we have. It's hard to come in and compete and contend with these guys. So when you can and you go up and you're racing with them and you're fast and you have a chance to maybe win a race, you know, it's really fun, really rewarding for me. There's no difference for me in winning on Sunday, and if we could win here tonight, the feeling for me is the same, and that's just because it's so competitive. So I really enjoy that part of it.
You guys, you are going to be racing against a bunch of guys that have been racing here for a long time. So have you tried to talk to any of the local drivers or just learn how to get about this track knowing this is your first time here?
Yeah, I've met a couple of guys down here now, and I watched some videos coming in just to see. I like I said, I've never been here, never seen the track, didn't really know what I was getting into, so just wanted to see where to run, get an idea of what the race was going to kind of turn out like, and you know, I've just been trying to figure out what I need out of my race car the last day and a half. So, you know, it's a new place, a fairly new tire. I've only raced on this tire one other time, so that's kind of a learning experience for me too. But you know, the more I can get in and run, you know, these cars, there's a little bit of gap between our last race a few months ago, but you know, the more I can do it, I feel like the more comfortable I am, and the more we can race, the better we can get. So, but always fun. I don't get to go to a lot of new places anymore, so it's neat to come to a place I haven't been.
What are the biggest lessons that you need to overcome on that new tire that you just mentioned you're going to be racing here tonight?
And the biggest thing I think is what it does on the long run. You know, I think we figure out fairly quickly what we need on our balance on the short run side, and you know, getting the car driving good and getting it going fast. But you know, figuring out what it's going to need 50 laps in, 75 laps in, 100 laps in. You know, that's the challenging part, and how to manage that run as well. You know, you don't necessarily know how hard you need to go and how hard you need to save. So it's kind of a chess game, and you're somewhat watching the other guys you're racing that you know are good, and you race around to see what they're doing. But it's hard to get a step ahead of the guys that have more experience on it. But that's what makes it fun. The chess match of it is the exciting part.
Just like how you see on Sundays, we're going to be breaking this race up into two 75-lappers. So how do you go to prepare your car as you try to get that long run speed in the event that we're going to have a lot of great flag laps here?
Yeah, I mean, you know, we made a couple long runs today just to see what was going to happen. You know, 150 laps, it feels short to me. I forget when I come and run, and the laps go by so quick. When I jumped in a couple of years ago again, getting into a late model race, and it was a 150 lap race, and I felt like it flew by, and I wasn't really pushing hard enough all the time. So, you know, these guys run hard. There's not as much conservation as what there is on what we do on Sundays. We have to obviously make it a long time. So, you know, it's different how hard these guys push, and you're just trying to keep up. And, you know, anymore, as good as these guys are and as good as the cars are, if you're really having to save a lot of tire, you know, I don't think your car is good enough. So that part's been fun, though. You know, it's harder racing than what it's ever been in late models that I ever remember. But it's, you know, it pushes you to different tests and different limits.
I see you have your dog there, Oscar. Is that correct? Do you usually have Oscar with you whenever you go to races?
Yeah, he comes to a lot of them. He's 7 years old now, so yeah, he makes it to a lot. Jennerstown's a new one for him too, so he always likes to come check him out. We fly him on the team airplane almost every week to the track. He stays with us in the motorhome, so yeah, he's. We were talking this morning. He's got a lot of air miles and a lot of road miles on him, but he's been a good dog.
On average, how many new fans does he make at the track each week?
More than me. Yeah, he I look over and he's taking pictures more often than me, I feel like. But yeah, he's friendly and he loves meeting people, and he just loves to go with us. Anytime that he gets to tag along, I think he's pretty happy.
And what kind of dog is Oscar?
German Shepherd.
German Shepherd. And going back to the race, Erik, you're going up against a driver that I know you have raced a lot over the past few years, a fellow Michigander with the two-time defending winner of this race, Evan Shocko. So how is that going to be like racing Erik on this track, knowing he is the two-time defending winner of this race?
Yeah, I mean, Evan's been obviously really strong here, but he's also strong back home in Berlin, where he's local too, and where I've raced a lot growing up. And it's funny, I met Evan 2015 or so, and Evan was a little kid then, and you know, to see him come in and start racing and now building his own cars, it's been really neat to see what he's done, but also really fast too. So, you know, it's fun to race against and be out here and see that competition. But yeah, it's kind of going back to what I said, just how good these guys are and how much they get to do it. They're really talented at what they do, so that's what makes it fun for me. Is just you always want to run against the best and test yourself against the guys who are really good at what they do. And you know, coming here with Evan and and Bubba, Jeremy Doss, all these guys are really strong at what they do.
And finally, Eric, I'm going to talk about something that I know is very important to you, and that is your foundation. For everybody in the audience who doesn't know about your foundation, can you maybe explain it to everybody and how they can get involved?
Yeah, I appreciate it. It's been something we started about 2.5, 3 years ago now, and we do 3 really main things. One is cancer early detection and prevention. I lost my dad in 2016 to cancer, and we started doing a lot with melanoma and some other forms of cancer as well. But we also do a lot of reading initiatives for kids, which has been fun. We do some in-person track readings, which has been cool. And then lastly, we do some animal welfare stuff. Obviously, Oscar's a big proponent of driving that around. So yeah, we have a website though, ericjonesfoundation.org, and check out, donate, see where we're going to be. We have a few events a year that we do, and we appreciate your support as always.
And what impact have you seen, Eric, with your foundation?
It's been fun. It's been a huge learning experience, I think, going through in the fundraising side of it. But being able to raise the money and then obviously present, the checks to the groups that are in need in any of those 3 areas has been the fun part, right? It's some work raising the funds, doing the events, but when you get the chance to present that reward to them and seeing the excitement from them is really the big thing for me. So it's been fun. We're working hard at it all the time. I was on a call yesterday with them, with our group, trying to get things rolling better and better, but it's been a rewarding experience.
Eric, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it here.
Of course. Thank you guys.
Everybody, let's give a big round of applause for Mr. Erik